to afflict them with their burdens. And they built for the Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramesses. But the more, somebody say, but the more, they afflicted them. There's a preach word right there. They multiplied and grew, and they were grieved because of the children of Israel. Verse 20 says, therefore God dealt well with the midwives, and the people multiplied and waxed very mighty. I want to talk about how to have prosperity in the midst of your pain. That's a word from somebody. How to have prosperity during your pain. I'm thankful that I serve a God that blesses his children no matter where they are. Now, I'm not going to pump you with your praise or your clap, but I will tell you that was a praise point right there. I'm thankful that we serve a God that is able to bless his children wherever they are. I'm glad that I serve a God who can bless and elevate his children during the most difficult time in our life. How many of y'all had some difficult days? Our God is able. Look at two people and tell them quickly, God is able to make us grow in the midst of grief, even when our enemies are pressing us. I don't want you to be fooled today. Everybody don't like you now. Don't you be fooled. Everybody is not on your side. You got folk that's considered and has been sworn to be your enemies. Many of your enemies can't understand, though, how you survive every trap they set, every ditch they have dug. The enemy can't understand how you overcome every life that they hold on you. Your enemies can't understand how your marriage is still standing, even though the devil has been trying to destroy it. They can't understand why you still got your job when they've been trying to get you to lose your job. They can't understand how you got demoted and you still was prospering. They don't know who you know. They just don't know that the ultimate example that when God has favor on you, it does not matter where you are, God will bless you. How many of you understand that? You know the Joseph story. His problem was that he was the favorite son of his daddy. His brothers put a plot to kill him. But there was somebody, and you know what? Every time a circle is formed to do you harm, how many of you know God implants a spy in that circle to direct you around there? You see, they tried to kill him, but there was another brother that God planted right there, and he said, let's don't kill him now. Let's spare his life. But then they sold him to the Egyptian, and when they sold him, I could hear him saying and bragging, we got him now. But what they did not understand, that God had favor on him, and God was getting ready to, don't you know that God can bless you more while you're going through? Some of y'all lost your job, but every bill got paid. The enemy didn't understand that. God, you lost your job, but you ate every day. Matter of fact, you gained 20 pounds you really didn't need. They didn't understand how you were still riding your car, but you didn't have a job. God let you get a lesser job. You had more money than, come on, talk to me, somebody. That's because God got favor on your life. And I got to tell you, don't take God's favor for granted. So let me just pause and tell you, take about another 25 seconds and thank God for the favor that he has blessed you to walk in. You can't be ashamed. See, that's some of y'all problem in the Baptist church. You too ashamed to let folks know whose side you're on. But if God has blessed you with favor, you ought to let us know. You ought to let somebody know. They put him in Potiphar's house. He prospered. The wife tried to trap him, but he prospered. They put him in prison, but he prospered. You see, you can't mess with a child of God, because it does not matter what you do to a child of God. As long as God got your back, as long as God is for you, he's more than the world against you. All I'm trying to tell you, stop trying to fight your own battle and stand still and wait on the salvation of the Lord, because if he has blessed you with favor, God ain't gonna let nobody mess with you. So Joseph proved that you can shine during your sadness. How many of y'all believe that? See, so many times when you're going through, you want everybody to know you're going through. You get on Facebook and post all these melodramatic posts. Oh man, I'm so sick of folk want folk to feel sorry for you. Want folk to feel sorry for you. If you ain't got a job, you ain't got to feel the
All right now. Yes.
Don't you know that when you're going through, that's just an opportunity for God to show you what he's working with? So how many of y'all can honestly say, I can shout during my sadness, I can grow during my grief, because he got favor on me. You can overcome everything that the devil throw your way. I understand you. The devil got a whole lot of balls to throw at you. But how many of you know, as long as you got God standing in front of you, that you ain't even got to try to dodge the enemy bullets, that God will stand there and take the hit for you? How many of you thank God for taking the hit for you? The Israelites experienced a great famine. They had to migrate to Egypt. Joseph now was a big man. Let me just stop right there. When folks said you ain't gonna be there, look at younger we, I felt something. When folks said you ain't gonna be nothing, because of the family that you come from or that you came from, how many of you know God can take back? Talk to me, somebody. Regardless of where you come from, and make you to what he wants you to be. Look at Joseph. Joseph went from a pit to the palace. And I just got to tell you, if you're in a pit today, all you got to do is don't stop praising and praying in the pit. Let me tell you something. It's not the pit that you fall in, but
That's right. Yes, sir.
He offended that the same folk that does in this place
That's right.
will have to come back. I was trying to
Yeah.
what I'm talking about.
All
Will
right.
have to come back and ask you for help.
That's right.
That's where you get to be a Christian.
That's right.
You see, some of you, when the enemy, and I'm going to tell you something, the enemy going to come back to you. But see, this is where you get your blessing. You can't act like the enemy. You can't tell them you're not going to help them. Now, God didn't elevate you to hold grudges. God said, vengeance is mine, says the Lord. You don't have to hold the grudge. God elevates you to help those. And let me tell you, you kill a person quicker with kindness than you do with anything else. Shout back to me if you can. I said, help. The same folk that does in this form had to come back and ask him for help. And he didn't say, get out of my face, I'm not going to do this. What about it? He moved his family with him. But now Joseph, poor rascal, he died. And his brothers did too. But the Israelites stayed. And they started to multiply. They multiplied so quickly that they soon filled the land. And as we examine this text, I want you to watch a few things that happened here. The fear came. The new king was afraid that the Israelites was growing so fast that they would one day join with the enemy to take over. And you know, when folks think you're growing too fast, they try to do everything they can to knock you down. But watch this, watch this. They say, what we got to do is we got to handle these folk with force. So he came up with a plan to destroy the outsiders. He put slave masters over them and forced them to build big cities. And let me pause and tell you, the devil has put y'all in slavery because your spirit has grown and have outnumbered his attacks. You see, when you start praising God more, the devil will try to put a slave master on you that's called problems and sickness and financial problems. But I'm going to tell you something. If God is still in it with you, you don't have to worry about a thing. The slave masters, they were mean to God's children. But listen at verse 12. Listen at verse 12. It starts by saying, if you don't shout no more today, if you don't praise him no more today, I want you to watch this. He said, but the more. Somebody shout with me, but the more. There's going to be a message in but the more. I need about 30 more people that's not ashamed to engage in this worship experience celebration. I want you to shout out, lift your hand and say, but the more. There's a word in but the more. But the more they oppressed them. Watch this. The more they grew. Y'all ain't gonna get it. I'm gonna give it to you in a minute. I just need y'all to come back and just rewind one more time and holler with me one more time. But the more. If you don't get nothing else out the message, say but the more. Watch this. Somebody in here has already experienced some but the more days. Let me break it down to you. Let me put it in your lap. The more they lied on you, the more you kept on going. Talk to me, somebody. The more they dug a ditch for you, the more you kept on moving up. The more they tried to break you, yet the more you moved up to the next level. Somebody shout with me if you can. But the more the devil attacked your health, the better your health got. But the more the enemy attacked your family, the closer y'all got. But the more the devil attacked your finances, the more God provides for you. I'm trying to tell you, you need to learn how to bloom wherever the Lord puts you. The more you go through something, God will step in. Shout with me, but the more.
But the more.
How many of y'all had folks to but the more you go?
All right now. All right.
God likes when your enemy but the more. Because all it's going to prove is that God is going to grow you.
That's right.
He's going to grow you during your pain. He is going to show you prosperity. All I'm trying to tell you, the more the devil messes with you, the more God will come to your rescue. Now watch this. I'm going to tell you something, brothers and sisters. The reason you all like to fight with the enemy is because God is already fighting while you sleep. Some of y'all spend too much time attacking one another. All you got to do is, you God's child, all you got to do is stand still. The king told the midwife, say, I want you to kill every baby boy of the Egyptian. And if you want to kill off a race of people, all you got to do is kill the men first. That's why I tell you, men, stand up and be a man.
That's right.
You got to teach your children. I know it's not Father's Day, but I think I ought to just rewind again and say, man, you got to stand up and be a father. You got to be a real dad. Because when they kill you off, the women are left alone. You got to start teaching your son not to wear their pants down when their drawers are showing. Come on, talk to me, somebody. You got to teach them how to dress appropriately. Go to a job interview. You can't go to a job interview with your pants down and earring in your ear and got all this hair and gold in your lap. Come on, talk to me, somebody. You got to go in there looking nice and respectable so somebody can hire you. You might have it up here, but how many of you know when that appears? That appears something.
Amen.
Man, you got to stand up. So, brothers and sisters, watch this. Every time a circle of enemy forms against you, God is always going to put somebody in that circle that's going to look out for you. Talk back to me if you can. They got to the midwives and said, midwives, kill them, all of the boys. But let me tell you something. I thank God that the midwives were saved. Talk to me, somebody. Because if you are a saved person, you ain't going to do nobody else wrong. If you are saved, you're not going to go out there and greatly lie on somebody. If you're saved, you're not. That's what I got to wonder about talking about salvation. Because if you're saved, you're not going to be out there digging another ditch for another child of God. If you're saved, you're going to be out there watching another child of God starve and won't do nothing else about it. Talk to me, somebody. That's why I question the salvation of some churches. You got folk right here in Cleveland that starve and don't have any clothes and no shoes, and you got churches that refuse. Come on, talk to me, somebody. But you saved. Your church is saved. But y'all can't help nobody. Thank God that the midwives was in this thing. They obeyed the orders of God. And watch this, and I'm out of here. When I tell you that because they obeyed God, He had favor on them. And I just want to just stop right there and thank God for His favor. That's how you get favor, by being obedient to the Lord. How many of you know that your life of obedience gonna give you some favor? And how many of you in here that need the Lord to have favor on you? To have favor. Somebody needs some favor this week. I don't know who you are. I don't know what you're going through. I don't know what you've been through, but all I want to tell you, obey God and watch God have favor over your life. And the things they say that you couldn't do, watch things begin to happen. Watch the shackles break. Watch the chains fall off. How many of you believe now that when you walk out this door today, that you're